I hit record. I don't know. Hello, are we recording?
Let me see
Oh,
something.
there we go.
Yep.
You've started recording.
Awesome.
Well, hi, Dave. Thank you for joining us from your office.
All right. Thank you for having me.
So what's your name?
David Wasson.
And how have you partnered with Crittenden Centers in the past?
Oh, well, I spent 6 years on the board and participated in several committees, fundraising committees, as a matter of fact. And, as a prior board member, I saw firsthand the results that Crittenden has made in the Peoria area with respect to mothers, children, and families, and especially breaking the cycle of poverty and abuse.
So what made you decide to become a member of the 1892 Society?
It's a great question. On an annual basis, I review my will, and I went through a reevaluation process, looking at my estate plan, and realized the need for Eileen and I to increase our charitable giving, both while we're alive and at our death, as part of our estate plan. And it was natural that Crittenden topped the list of organizations that will receive gifts from us, just due to my knowledge of being a board member and the impact that Crittenden has made in the community.
You have already been a supporter financially and as a board member in a volunteer leadership role. What impact have you seen that you want to continue to see through your legacy gift?
Well, I think that as we look to the future, the needs of the community are going to change, and the challenges of our funding model are going to continue to be challenged, I guess. And the key is, if we're looking at preservation of our purpose and sustainability of our programs and growth of our programs, we need to look at alternative funding models. And I looked at this personally and said, as I consider that I can't take my estate with me, that I needed to find alternatives. And I needed to find alternatives just because of the way I think, that benefit the organization as well as myself. And so that's how, I kind of went through this myself and said, what's going to benefit the organization and the community first, and then what benefits me second. And it just came to be that this was the right thing to do.
So when you say it benefits you, what do you mean by that?
That's another good question. No matter how wealthy you are, and you don't have to be ultra wealthy, we all pay taxes. And so when you look at your taxes, you look at that and you say, oh my God, how can I be paying so much in taxes, and what can I do about that? And so charitable giving is the way to, I guess, address some of your tax needs. So just to put that in perspective, every so often they change the rules on your estate value and what that taxable limit is. And so in looking at that, and then looking at your income while you're alive, there's things that we need to do and can do to take advantage of the tax laws that benefits, the donor personally. And so for me, if I can lower my taxes and still provide funding to organizations that I believe in, such as Crittenden, then I'm going to do so. I would rather give the money to Crittenden than to the federal government.
I understand. We hear that a lot. With all that being said, you're also a member of our Circle of Hands Giving Society, and you've continued to donate and participate in that. What is the benefit that you've seen from that investment?
Well, it's tremendous. The Circle of Hands, first of all, is a great group of people who come together and provide input to Crittenden. And obviously, many of these people have been part of the board, and some have not. You don't have to be, obviously. But it just comes together a great group of people that have the same beliefs and values. And it drives us at Crittenden to, I guess, be more visible in the community with our programs. And it gives people to have it brings an identity to a group of people with those values that really has driven a lasting impact as well. in the community. I think Circle of Hands, it's branded, and people feel good about being part of it. And I just enjoy seeing the people come together and the ideas that come out of that, that we bring back to Crittenton to try to look to the future and build our future programs.
Wonderful. So, Dave, you have been such a great supporter and leader, and you have done both invested in Circle of Hands Society and become a member of the 1892 Society. Do you believe other board members can follow in your footsteps?
Oh, most certainly. I think that's our duty as a board member. We serve in a board capacity, that helps management in the, we're not operations, but we help guide management in the operations. But for the long-term sustainability of Crittenton, I believe that all board members should consider plan giving, and I encourage everyone to consider the impact that we'll have long-term. And then annually, you should include Crittenton and plan giving in your conversations with your state attorney and or investment counselor. And I think, for me, the saying goes, if there's a will, there's a way. And if you have a will, that's where you would make the adjustments for plan giving. And your state attorney and investment counselors can help you with that. And if you don't have a will, you probably need one. And so, as a board member, I would challenge us all to take a very thoughtful perspective on plan giving.
Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you for being both part of both societies. Thank you for your leadership and articulately explaining to everybody on the board and beyond how to be participating in this. And in the future, we might use your video. Is that okay with you?
Oh, it's fun. It's my pleasure to support Crittenton and the sustainability and the long-term preservation of our purpose and services.
Thank you so much, Dave. Is there anything else you want anybody to know?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Happy to be here.
And this stop recording.